Okay, here we are. Brian Van from Sport Bike Track here, part 2 with the Quantum 2 Arai helmet. We're going to show you how to take the shield on and off in the interior, out and back in. Here we are, the ever-debated shield mechanism from Arai. Okay, first order of business is make sure it's all the way up. Okay, when you do that, it's going to lift up these levers. They're identical on both sides. There's actually even a really cool little arrow that shows you need to pull up. I like to grab them with my index fingers, both sides, pull up. You can audibly hear the click, and you can actually feel it release. Grab the shield like this in the center, just pull it right off. The key is to just pull it right off. Don't sit there and wiggle it and mess around with it, because if you hesitate, it gives the little clips an opportunity to fall back in and re-engage. Then when you try and pull it off, next thing you know, things can be coming apart in the helmet. Be confident, take it off. Putting it back on, it's just as easy. You're going to notice right here that we've got basically a cutout, a channel, okay? And there's a pivot inside of here. It's really easy to locate it. Simply slide this in between the outer pod cover and the actual, you can kind of see the coloration of the shield mechanism right there, the pivot, which is white. Slide it in and just push back, and you can feel it dip right in. Wiggle it around a little bit. Turn it up and down, like that, and now that you have it in there, just grab it, just push it down. It's really that simple. You know, that being said, I know that there are some folks out there that have had some trouble with, Arai helmet shield changes. I will say that every great once in a while, I myself have even had one that's a little sticky, can be a little harder to change. The reality is, with things that are mass manufactured today, there can be some tolerance variances sometimes, and some can be a little more difficult, but that's true with every single helmet manufacturer out there. In my opinion, this is a good system. It works well. Arai really believes in it. They make a great helmet. There's the shield. Mystery solved. Keys to the kingdom, not a problem. Okay, this one, the Quantum 2, also offers kind of a little pull-down chin skirt gig right there, okay? You can pull that down. It kind of calms and quiets the wind at the chin area. Not a bad feature. The neck roll of this helmet is glued in. It's fixed in. It doesn't come out. Do not try and remove that. To get the cheek pads out, you first need to take one of the tabs from the neck roll and release it from the cheek pad. Eric, if you want to zoom in right about here, I like to grab the cheek pad like so, pull it over, reach up in here, grab this part of the neck roll, this little flap, pull towards the top of the helmet and out, and you'll see this tab right here. Mirror image on both sides, okay? With the cheek pad out of the way, bam. Cheek pad's really easy. At the front of the helmet, there is a clip that needs to be released. Grab the cheek pad at the top, kind of wiggle your fingers behind the firm EPS portion of the cheek pad, give it a little pull. You can clearly hear it disengage. Pull it out like so. Let's go ahead and get the one out from the other side. Same procedure, piece of cake. Here are our cheek pads, okay? You can actually remove the covers from these for washing. Show you how. Comes right off. Goes right back on. It's really the best way to wash it is just go ahead and pull the cover off. Gentle cycle or hand wash. Please don't throw it in the dryer. Just kind of let it air dry. This exposes the multi-density foam that's used in the Arai cheek pad. These are famous for offering a good fit for a long period of time. You'll see the 2 layers of foam with an EPS backing. Here is the clip that we talked about in the front of the cheek pad that actually engages in the chin area. Here's the tab that slides in behind the EPS in the back. Slides in behind the EPS, push in, clip, lock. This portion of the cheek pad cover, just simply pull towards you, slide it through like so, and there you have it. Okay, you can take the cheek pad cover right off. We're not going to wash it, so we'll just slide that back, show you how to put this back over. Really the key to this is going to be where you position this mesh looking part. This needs to go literally right here in this area, okay? If you see this valley that's kind of cut into this cheek pad EPS, that mesh portion essentially goes right there, because I will be honest with you, you can get yourself seriously confused if you don't pay attention to the way this comes apart. And then when you go to put it back together, you'll sit there and fumble with it forever. So essentially the biggest thing you need to pay attention to is the orientation of that mesh panel. That mesh panel needs to be essentially covering that valley in the EPS of the actual cheek pad. Once you get it back on, you got to stretch it around. You got to get it formed back in there. Little tugs here and there. Really not a big deal. You're going to see that up in the front there's a hole, okay, that you need to leave this corner exposed and the retaining clip exposed through the hole. In the back of the liner there's a smaller hole, and quite simply that locating tab goes right through it, okay? Spent quite a bit of time on that, but I think it's going to help you if you go to wash it. Now for the top pad. Top pad is very, very easy. We essentially got 4 snaps. 2 in the back. These are easy to find. And 2 in the front. Basically, just kind of pull the top pad away just a little bit. It'll expose the clips and release. And here's the top pad. You can see, here are the clips. Easy to do. Let's give you a look at the famous Arai EPS. Can you see the holes in the top for the ventilation arc? And once again, like I said in part 1, you're going to notice that they are not drilling holes in the EPS in the forehead area, and they believe that at the end of the day that offers a safer helmet. Reassembly. Showed you how to put the covers for the chin straps back on. I'll show you how to put the top pad and the cheek pads back in. Just simply grab it, put the forehead portion in first, kind of dip it in. Grab your clips, push them in, push them in. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. It's really easy to do. You can clearly see where they go. Not a problem. And remember, take your time with stuff like this. These helmets are expensive. You definitely do not want to do anything to damage it. The cheek pad, they're actually marked. This is the right cheek pad, right side of the helmet. Let's slide the chin strap through. Remember, the rearward part of the cheek pad has a locating tab. Okay, pull your neck roll, flap out of the way. Get that locating tab slid behind the EPS there. I don't know if you can hear that clip or not. Locks right in. One of the keys here now is grab that retaining flap from the neck roll, pull your cheek pad down like I showed you earlier, and slide that tab into the pocket. Finishes it perfect. Okay? Here is the cheek pad for the left side of the helmet. We're going to do the same exact thing that we did for the right side. Slide the chin strap through. Go ahead and get that locating tab. And you can clearly see in there where it needs to go. Get it in there behind your EPS. And there it is, locked in place. Let's go ahead and push the cheek pad down. Let's get the retaining tab for the neck roll back in, slid in. You can see it's perfect. Shield. Once again, the mystery shield. Make sure that you are sandwiching this in between the outer pod and the white shield mechanism inside, because if you push this in wrong, you can actually, kind of get it going in behind the shield mechanism. You don't want to do that. Push back into the pivot points. Voila. Done. Quantum 2 helmet from Arai.